So I wanted to talk about much of life is actually doing something really slowly and saving and investing the extra resources that you have available from doing things slowly. So if you don't know me, I am Professor Dave Maslock. I'm Associate Professor of Innovation Strategy and Entrepreneurship. And I created this whole Reciprocity Project to give back as much as I possibly can. There's so many people that help me out that I want to pay the favor forward to help you out. So almost all of us have a tendency to consume all the resources that we have available and have a lot of fun with those resources that we currently have at this moment. And that could be a good thing if you're at a moment in your time where you don't have a lot of excess resources. And it's difficult to sort of figure out where to find these things. But I'm going to encourage you, if you're going to do a lot in this world and you really want to do a lot in this world, to get into the pattern where you are consuming much less than what you're actually bringing in. I know that this seems like your grandma's advice, but it's very, very important to do things that are really cool in your life, where you actually consume less than what you actually bring in, and then you just take a little chunk of those resources and allocate it to something that you would love to do in the future. And everything in life is very much about this process of, consuming less resources at this moment in time and then allocating some of that for the future. And you might do that in the instant, in the very short term, where maybe you're doing that on a weekly basis, where you're consuming less so that you can buy groceries at the end of the week. Or maybe you're doing that on a monthly basis where you're consuming less and allocating some resources for monthly bills. And then finally, you might be doing that and thinking about much longer term. Say you're doing that over a year, or maybe it's 2 years or 5 years or whatever. But if you can get into that mindset where it's actually being extraordinarily boring, so that in the long run you could do things that are really fun and interesting, it's going to feel in the short term like you're weird, you're crazy, you're unusual, because most of us actually like to consume all the resources that we have available. Or you're going to feel like you're a prude, for example. You're going to feel like you are restricted, or it doesn't feel good in the short term. And we have this tendency as human beings to sort of maximize everything that we possibly can get our hands on and use up and consume all those resources. But if you can be boring, if you can be extraordinarily simple, and the more that you can do that, the more that you can push forward and consume or do something that's cool in the future. Now, I'm not saying don't ever do cool and fun things. That's not at all what I'm saying. What I'm saying is think about doing something that's big in the future and allocating resources towards that thing that's big in the future. For me, my thing is actually this Reciprocity Project. I can really see this as being something that's very useful for a lot of people in the future. So I'm continuously investing, or my family is continuously investing in it, so that we can grow and make this thing better and make it into something that's much more cooler, right? So I've been adding more. I've been paying a developer to add things onto the Reciprocity software, reciprocity.com, go check it out. And then I've got some really amazing writers that are helping write things on the blog. So all of these things, I'm looking for the future where it's 10 years, 20 years out, that it's going to be bigger than what it is right now. And it might not become a big thing. However, you have to have that goal in mind where it could be something that is cool. So I would just encourage you to allocate resources to both, have fun in the short term, but also take some of those resources, however small it is. If you don't have that much available resources, take a 1% or 2%, whatever that is. So, if you're making $20,000 a year, so that would be take $200 and allocate that towards saving for the future. Do something where you're just saving for a vacation 5 years out, something that's cool and fun, and it's bigger than what you're currently doing right now. It's going to feel not great, but when you get there, you're going to be proud that you actually did it. So with that, give me a thumbs up, do subscribe to the YouTube channel. Take care and have a wonderful day. Bye.